Pangaea Zambia Investment Conference focuses on investment banking. Jacob Mwanza, he's the chairman of Pangaea Securities, joins us on the line for more. Jacob, thank you so much for your time. Perhaps you can tell us what message is Zambia sending to investors, especially when it comes to policies?
Well, as you know, Zambia has been a very stable country politically and has pursued consistent economic policies over the last 15 years, which have resulted in very consistent growth. And now we need to accelerate the growth rate from 7% to around 10% or more to ensure that we achieve even more for the future. Indeed, the growth rate has resulted in Zambia moving from poor countries club to a middle income, which is a big achievement. Mm-hmm. And we want to expose the country to international investors, particularly in the energy, agricultural, manufacturing sectors. As you know, probably Zambia is one of the countries that has largest potential for agricultural development. Only 10% of arable land is now under cultivation, so there is big scope. Apart from that, the country has the largest inland water reservoirs from natural lakes and big rivers. So there is potential for irrigation.
Jacob, I want to come in there because you're talking about projects or sectors such as agriculture, energy. Just a moment ago, my co-anchor David, we're talking about the fact that we've got these resources, and you're talking about lakes. These energy projects, are we going to be seeing a lot of hydroelectric energy coming to the fore here?
Indeed, yes. We have already a number of large projects. The Lower Kafue project, which is promoted by a partnership between Zambia and a Chinese state company, which will, I think, generate about 750 megawatts of electricity. And we have just concluded one expansion program at Kariba North, which has created additional 450 megawatts. And then there is the thermal energy at a coal mine in Mamba, which will produce 350 megawatts. But Zambia has lots of hydro potential because a number of rivers have rapids which could be harnessed into hydro. So that there is still a lot of scope for investment, particularly in smaller hydro schemes, which would supply the rural areas.
Jacob, why would an investor come and invest in Zambia, whereas there are other countries in Africa to invest in? What's the investment case for Zambia?
Well, Zambia is unique. Geographically, sits in the heart of Africa, which would make it easy to offer the products to the whole African market, particularly for SEDAC and COMESA. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Zambia is politically very stable. It has been stable for the last 50 years, has peacefully changed governments several times, actually 5 times, with no problems. And if the democratic norms are getting entrenched, and the people have internalized democracy as a way of life. So Zambia naturally offers much better environment for investment, and in addition is endowed with very good minerals, lots of agricultural land, lots of water. So it's uniquely Zambia, and I think this makes it a much better place to invest than any other country.
Thanks to Jacob Mwanza, he's the chairman of Pangaea Securities.